Team Empire's turn to ban. Dire Team ban. Team Empire's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Empire's turn to ban.
Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go, game number 2 coming at you. Team Empire versus Vega Squadron. Empire up 1-0, and you know, pretty statement victory right there. I think is a good way to put it. A one Empire, about a 20-minute victory. Very fast draft. We'll see if they kind of follow suit going into game number 2. On the other side, like I said, Vega Squadron, very good team themselves. Definitely not the performance that I would expect out of them all the time. We'll see if they can respond in at least a third and final game. I do got to say, also, I was kind of looking at the format of this event, and it is qualifying in the end, and obviously all these tournaments that they're allowed to run their own structures and everything of how they ultimately want to get teams to their events. And in this case, this will be the first 16-team tournament, by the way. The Galaxy Battles major event, the main event portion. 8 teams were already invited, and now they're going to have 8 teams qualify more on top of that. So it's going to be a 16-team main event. Pretty crazy stuff. But these qualifiers, it's a pretty brutal format, I got to say. Especially for the teams Na'Vi and Vega Squadron, actually. They were both invited to this portion of the tournament. So that's where it's, okay, I mean, that's not brutal. That's, you know, good for them. But at the same time, they only have one chance, essentially. They play one best of 3, and if they lose that best of 3, they're just done in these qualifiers. So it is pretty unforgiving. It's pretty unforgiving. This is a single elimination, straight to the point. We want to find out which team is qualifying. And as you saw earlier today, again, Na'Vi, mix of perhaps having a bad day themselves, but also Team Spirit looking really good. Spirit took them out, and that's it for Na'Vi. So Spirit's in the finals. Winner of this, looking to play them. Chance to go to what will be that $1 million tournament major.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, anyways, we got a draft though
5
happening. What was it? Earth Spirit first pick into a Brewmaster Rasta. I'm also known as the Shadow Shaman. Side of Team Empire. It's a pretty unique start, I gotta say. I'm not gonna sit here and suggest that I have analyzed and watched a lot of Team Empire games, especially, but not a draft that's a popular one.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire Team ban. Team Empire's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Hero for Empire when it comes to recent history. So maybe I'm feeling confident enough trying something different. I mean, this is a big deal. This is a major tournament qualifying on the line, so I would like to think teams aren't just not taking it, serious, but we'll see. We'll see how the Shadow Shaman does. But on the other side, I'm so caught up with them. Earth Spirit Gyrocopter opening for Vega Squadron. A very early Gyrocopter, but he's one of these cores where I feel like one of the reasons why he's also proven to be a popular one right now in the patch. There's not a lot of heroes you can really pick against him. But it's like, oh crap, they have this hero now. Our Gyrocopter is not good anymore. There's plenty of cores out there where that is the case. But I think Gyrocopter, overall, he's going to be fine. I mean, getting supports and heroes that can ideally, get on top of you with blinks or whatever are ultimately going to be good against a Gyrocopter, sure. But even with that, because of his Rocket Barrage, his Flat Cannon, if you happen to get on top of him, he can still dish out some good damage. You have to be careful with that. So I like the earlier Gyrocopter pick here from Vega Squadron. Clockwork now, however, picked up by Empire, so somewhat continuing the theme of aggressive play. Maybe not as crazy as the previous game. Depends on how active they are with the Shadow Shaman. Third pick for Vega Squadron. Direction did they go now? Bans, we didn't really talk about that yet. It was a Night Stalker, Tiny, Winter Wyvern. You had Bane, Undying, and Razor. And the next tier was Doom, Queen of Pain from Empire, and Lifestealer and Spearbreaker from Vega Squad. I mentioned the Doom last game, Afterlife. He played a fair amount of Doom at the Perfect World Masters and played it very well. He was definitely a standout player for the team, in my opinion. So, yeah, not surprised to see that Doom ban right there. Played the Elder Titan last game. It felt fairly underwhelming. Let's see what hero they give him this time around. It's not going to be Disruptor. Be for Slayer, most likely instead.
Dire team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
We're going to see the Shadow Fiend coming out from Team Empire. Okay. I've liked the idea of the new Shadow Fiend with the whole raise change in 7.07, especially even buffing it on top of that. Initially, it was only like plus 60 damage, I think, for each one. Now it's plus 80 damage. I mean, they just made it even crazier. That whole concept also of the Yule's build, Blink, etc., being more of this initiator and dropping somebody quickly with your spells, especially with the talents, it is relevant. It is there. I'm not saying that's what we're going to see necessarily out of Empire. That's definitely a direction they could go in if they want to. But also, very scary right click is relevant. Shadow Fiend as well. But now if you're Vega Squadron, of course the downside of a Shadow Fiend is that he is susceptible to the earlier ganks and having the Earth Spirit, and I was gonna say perhaps getting an aggressive mid yourselves, and Mirana definitely a contested hero in this matchup. Saw the first game for Empire Silent. What was he? 12-0-11 in the first game. Ridiculous game for him. Very well played. They did run it more as a safe lane of Miranda.
10 seconds remaining.
Would not be surprised to see that match in the middle lane. So now if you're Empire,
5 seconds remaining.
maybe thinking about babysitting Shadow Fiend somehow with the Shadow Shaman perhaps, or even the Clockwork. Is that necessarily even going to work? We'll see, but that's going to be a strength of Vega Squadron's lineup. Locking down the Shadow Fiend early on. Advantage there. So now if you're Empire, knowing that may be the case, get a perhaps a greedier position 1 hero. Can take advantage of a little more space as Shadow Fiend will be bringing that attention. Final bans to come out for either side. What does Vega Squadron still need? They still need their offlaner, don't they? They still need an Afterlife's hero. Dang. Pure Empire. Tidehunter's been a very popular offlane. I don't see why it wouldn't be good here, so. Ban. One that would fit this pace a little bit better. I was thinking Abaddon, but it doesn't necessarily seems like it fits the pace of the lineup too well. You probably want more of an aggressive player. Omni Knight is still on the board. I know that doesn't necessarily. There's a Brewmaster though. Got finished talking about that earlier. Yeah, Omni Knight feels a little weaker here, as popular as he has been.
Dire team pick.
Omni Knight would make sense. Puck is still there. Want a bit of a playmaker. He kind of like the Puck. Seems decent overall against this lineup. Lockdown for the squad.
10 seconds remaining.
Movement.
5 seconds remaining.
A little bit of time here. Yeah, I like Puck. The other hero that obvious one, I mean, there's like a Darkseer there. I don't know if Darkseer is really the best synergy, though, this lineup. You don't know their position 1 either, so.
Team Empire's turn to pick.
Omni Knight.
Okay, they go the Omni Knight route, which, as I said earlier, I mean, I like it, but then I don't. It's not necessarily one that fits the theme of the lineup. It's more, Omni Knight's more about team fight, counter initiation. Vega's lineup is go, go, go outside of him. So it's a little funky there, and it's into a Brewmaster, which I said from the very beginning. Brewmaster has that purge. He's one of the few heroes in the game that brings a purge to the table now. And it's, you know, it's obviously you can't take off Repel, but you can still, the purge and the Cyclone for that matter in general too. Cyclone, putting that on Omni Knight, takes him out of the fight, you know, for that duration. It's a very long duration there. I want to say 6 to 8 seconds. But then, yeah, being able to purge off Guardian Angel if need be, so. Not the biggest fan of the Omni Knight, but
Juggernaut.
a very popular hero, right? For good reason. Juggernaut, gonna be the final pick for him. Overall, feels like another just sound lineup from Empire, just like the first game, really. Vega Squadron. Final pick Omni Knight. They are going to have, so really Vega, this is going to be all about deal with FN Shadow Fiend early on. Lock him down, roam on him, have our Spirit sit middle lane, take him out of the game completely, I think is your road to success if you're Vega Squad. Because if they don't do that, then Shadow Fiend is going to be pretty threatening this game. We'll see if Vega Squadron can make that happen. Again, their tournament lives. Again, the one chance we saw Na'Vi knocked out earlier today as the invited team to this portion of the event and lost 2-0 and they're done. And Vega Squadron, the other invited team, and I gotta say, I'm a little surprised to see that they were invited over Empire. Like, it's, you know, all these event organizers, you know, they have their own opinions and allowed to invite who they want to. Personally, I think Empire is above on that tier list over a Vega Squadron in the CIS region. That hasn't really been different this whole. But to each their own. The point is that hey, they're having to play each other in the end, so it kind of know whether it was the other way or not. Empire did have to make it through an initial tournament though to get to this. All right. Here we go, though. Afterlife, going to be playing the offlane Omni Knight. Matched up against Juggernaut. Yeah, Omni Knight, that's the other thing, too, with this matchup here. It seems like Juggernaut Rasta should be able to body him pretty well.
30 seconds.
DeGennaro's not going to be as useful. I guess Repel's going to be okay, but at the same time, going a point into Repel early on feels weak on an Omni Knight. Ideally want to level up that Purification and the DeGennaro a little bit. Picking up Repel.
The battle begins.
Execute.
There we go. Bounty runes, it was... Oh, one was stolen, actually. 3-1 in favor of Vega Squadron. Gostic, we saw him do this last game on the Beastmaster. This time, he's not even able to remotely get the pull. Take the harassment from Disruptor. Good with that Thunderstrike. Deep of damage coming. It's stack of tangos here. Relying on that regen. And with the Drunken Haze early on. Toe-to-toe with Slayer, even the homing missile though. Yeah, this is going to be a tough lane for bottom lane. Meanwhile, Omni Knight, that's what I'm talking about. He's being locked down pretty heavily. The Blade for his first blood? It sure is. Silent draws first blood. Now Vansker, not only is he fine, maybe the turn kill? No. Maybe Zayak on her Spirit. He just walks away, but exactly what I was mentioning, though. You get the level 1 DeGennaro, but against that spin of Juggernaut, he really doesn't care too much. And you also have the lockdown of the Shadow Shaman with the Shackles. Knock it away. Middle lane, Shadow Fiend, he's being assisted by Clockwork. Right now it is just Mirana, so Shadow Fiend, they did do the cog streak, by the way. I didn't show that, so I apologize, but really, he doesn't have 19 creep tonight. Looks like he had a very successful cog tonight, though, at the beginning. So, that is true. Having the Clockwork Shadow Fiend synergy means ideally he should have a pretty good lane, and that is showing. So maybe that's the logic of Vega Squadron here, that they almost just accept that he's going to have a good lane because of the cog synergy, that it's not worth putting pressure on him. But Earth Spirit, he's being more involved with the bottom lane currently. He's going to take the bottom bounty rune. He's going to get his own as well, so nice rune control, and Viz rune going to be taken by Miposhka. He was seen picking that up, so Mirana, even if, I mean, she knows that he's coming over perhaps, but again, she has the 3 leaves, so they're not going to be able to get killed here. Bit of damage off the bat. I mean, raises the stack on him. Oh, gets pushed back. Poshka, yeah, I mean, burnt, but no battery assault. He's actually holding a second point. I wonder if he went battery assault there. Like, I mean, he probably wouldn't have killed him, but I don't know. Get the battery assault there and at least do a bit more damage, but just a Herald. Afterlife, walking away with the creep wave. He's still level 2 though, 2.5. Then he is struggling as expected. Juggernaut just hitting level 4 meanwhile. Very good time. Top lane going. Brewmaster, yeah. Almost level 3. Too bad, actually. Some levels here. Playing that Drunken Haze to Gyrocopter over and over. Trying to find an effective last inning. Bottom lane, Omni Knight. He's good, but the question Mirana meanwhile getting pretty low there. Going back to base. By the way, yeah, I was looking at that. So because when they made the change where it's now plus 80 damage each raise, but you see on the tooltip it says it adds 60 damage. That bug found literally unplayable. Literally unplayable. Shadow Fiend is bugged. Down here, Vansker, he's dead. Right, diving a little bit too deep. Sure what that was about from Rasta. Did he steal the bounty rune? Is that why? Yeah. I guess he took the bounty rune, but found himself in an odd spot.
Illusion.
Good job by Vega Squadron making a pay. Top lane, Gostic. Dove on. Vansker assisting though. Slayer probably regretting this decision pretty quickly. he's definitely dead, just a matter of how long it takes. I mean, he has a TP, but yeah, at this point he'd be better off holding it. No way he's getting out of here. Just gonna do as much damage as possible. Master will eventually get the kill. Bottom lane spin from Silent. Stop a couple. You see the repel coming up from Afterlife. Boulder smash through, but walks away. Degenerate. I was talking about that with the Omni Knight. Getting that early repel, it's like, it feels like it's necessary in this matchup, but at the same time, sucks. He does eventually get battery assault. Still a little, kind of thinking back at that earlier attempt onto Rana, but oh well. Battle Fury, again on Afterlife, there's a repel, so he's fine. Walk away as well, so the repel's definitely working. But to be fair, Rasta hasn't been down here for a while. Now Rasta's coming back, Purification on top, and Silent was baiting this out all along. Get a couple of crits thrown in, there's Shackles. Does not have Hex just yet. Went level 2 Shackles, the Boulder Smash throws him out early though. And Afterlife is able to walk away, so a good save from Earth Spirit. Not have been 100% necessary, but just in case. About the Shadow Fiend though, FN, he's definitely not being locked down. 49 and 42. He's going for a kill right here. Oops, that missed the first ring. Oh no, he did hit it. Okay. I thought I was clicked on. I was like, wait, there's no debuff, but no, he did hit him. It's a good land there from FN. Ends up being a kill. Fine, the Shackle setup. Answer an early level 2 Shackles, so 3.5 second lockdown. Duration. Rana 22 and 2. We're 49 and 42 now. But Poshka, there's a battery assault in the face, but turn damage. At least he dodges the arrow to stay alive. That was a close turn though. To him, I had to be careful.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
FN, very curious what kind of build. So as I mentioned though, with the Shadow Fiend pickup, the idea of that Yules. Okay, he is gonna go the Yules.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It is a nice purge as well against Disruptor. Let's see if it against Earth Spirit with a silence. So Yules is a pretty strong item in this game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Top lane, calling out top. Gostic, he's probably dead here. Throws out a Thunderclap, but that's not going to save him. So nice dive from Vega Squadron. Aloha Dance. The Gyrocopter helping to do so. Vansker locking down Aloha Dance as I say that. Vansker taking a good damage for the Rock Barrage, but now it's going to be a turn on the Gyrocopter. Went a little bit too deep. Fate is real, Slayer. He's also going to fall to this. FN coming in with a raised double kill for the Shadow Fiend. Well, what was the one thing I said Vega Squadron needed to make sure to do in this game to have a good time to win? Lock down the Shadow Fiend. What is not happening at all this game? Locking down the Shadow Fiend. When you don't lock down the Shadow Fiend, you're gonna have a bad time.
I'll take that as tribute.
FN is having a phenomenal start here. 4,200 net worth for him. And then you have a Juggernaut that's a casual 4,000 net worth right behind him, actually. One kill that he's working with that was a First Blood, but we see very good farm percent as well. Middle lane G, he could be in a little bit of trouble. 2 charges on the leap. He uses 1, does the second one. Omni Slash is ready. He is going to commit to it, but gets the leap off. So Sign just spinning in though. He wants this kill, so make it the turn kill on Earthsphere. One more auto attack. He does find against the kill. Meanwhile, caught out in the response to Epic and pull back in with a glimpse. A Requiem of Souls going off right there, and the turn kill on a Gyrocopter. Loses Rasta, but definitely worth it. FN, the long raise, not going to be enough damage, but the rocket flare from Clockwork will finish the job onto him. They did kill Juggernaut over here, it seems like. Actually, Omni Knight getting credit for the kill on him, at least cuts him off, so. Numbers-wise, it actually wasn't bad for Vega Squadron. It was a 3 for 3. You see the slight gold exchange in their favor, but Shadow Fiend just gets bigger. It's a problem if you are a Vega Squadron.
Dire's top tower
Lost a bottom lane. For a kill on Afterlife here if he's not careful. I hear a port coming in from Juggernaut, yeah. Shackles, they probably don't have enough damage. Let's see if Repel he does. Repel should save him here. Omni/I there, so Omni Knight's fine. Juggernaut after resurrecting, looking for the earlier on Yasha. So he's not going to go a greedy build, he's not going to Battle Fury.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Then, especially with an active game, Caustic. He's like, alright, fight me, bro. Primal split, going for the turn kill on Earth Spirit, and that's probably going to be a turn kill. Kinetic Field helping a little bit, but I don't think it's going to help enough. Oh, maybe it will. He barrels away and actually manages to somehow survive the rocket flare that does snipe him out. Now, hello, Advance. He's going to be dove on. Has a call down. If you want to dive me, going to take a lot of damage doing so. And Caustic feeling that pain. Mirana, Moonlight Shadows activated. Brewmaster takes a stun. From the W of Gyrocopter, the homing missile. Caustic on the run. Afterlife is here. Not much mana to work with, though. In fact, no mana. But the TGNR is still doing a little bit of work. Don't need mana for that. Double kill for Afterlife. He's just thwacking people with that holy mace of his. Meanwhile, though, FN, he's on a mega kill streak. Can they kill FN? This will be big. He does have the Yule's finish. He's trying to juke and drive. He goes for the Yule's, dodges the homing missile, but he is just too damn deep. He's going to be turn killed, and he explodes. That's a 5-kill streak stopper. G does get credit for the kill as well. That's a pretty big deal, actually, for Vega Squadron. The fact that especially Mirana gets that kill. Well played for them. Silent, bottom lane. He's a spin out of the Kinetic Field Static Storm combo. Sitting in the face of G. May want to think that again. Goes for the Omni Slash on the creep wave. Only bounces to Mirana. I don't even think he wanted that. He just wanted to Omni Slash defensively there, it seemed like. Vanster's going into the roster towards our 10 and gets the kill on Mirana. He sacrifices himself, but you know what? That's worth it. If you're the roster right there. And he's going to apply some pressure to the tower as well. So quite the dive here in the end. Bit of a play. Is that okay? I thought that might have been me for a second. Oh, looks like that was a hiccup on the server.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Bottom tower, though, yeah, it's gonna be. It is in deny range now. Do they actually deny it? It looks like it. So both Shadow Fiend and Juggernaut have got the death earlier on, but still overall doing very well. You look at the other side, Gyrocopter. He is going the Mask of Madness build. I mentioned that last game. So FN chose not to go the Mask of Madness. Yasha into an SNY instead. But the Mask of Madness allows for much aggressive earlier on. Gyrocopter.
What have we here? The time.
Earth Spirit, wow. Big damage off the bat. Primal split, he wants this kill, he splits in time, and he'll stop the roll attempt from Earth Spirit to secure. Well played there by Caustic, actually. Shadow Fiend. Return, though. That Static Storm was pretty big, wasn't it? Gets a turn onto him. No Yules to be used. Double kill, though, for Caustic, so still making the best of a bad situation here for your Empire. And they're going to get a third kill on top of that. So they do lose Shadow Fiend, but they kill 3. Afterlife got here late, and we also saw him thrown in the air. That was the Spirit Brewmaster I was talking about earlier. The lifting him up forever. Caustic, though, going to be killed in the end. Mega kill streak now for Afterlife on this Omni Knight. So he's actually picking up quite the kill streak himself. Ooh, the arrow just missing Vance. The Boulder Smash goes through, though the Purification hits, and G credit for the kill. They've been another find. At numbers, that actually ended up 3 for 3, I want to say. Not too bad for Vega Squadron, really. Rana? Dasha.
Dire are scanning.
Almost finished. Omni Knight does have his drums now and a 4-staff in the making, so Afterlife is making pretty good use of his farm here. Brewmaster and the offhand on the other side, he has the blink. Soul Ring.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That was really deep. He did get a couple of wards down, but I think I saw Empire ping in that area, and obviously if you're Empire, like, why the hell is the Disruptor all the way over here by himself? Meanwhile, they're gonna catch Miposhka. I mean, If I catch, it's really Maposha just walked right into them, so. Trying to get vision himself, perhaps. I mean, he doesn't have any wards on him, so I'm not sure what the deal was. I guess he was still in the bounty rune. But didn't even get that. Walked into a trap. Turn coming out from Vega Squadron. I swear, I'm fine. I'm alive. Wow, Omni Knight's gonna go the Radiance route now. I was wondering about this, because especially with the he's picking it up as actually all the Thugs top lane. Glimpse back on a Shadow Fiend. Still wants to skill the Thunderclap in the face, the Rock Throw from the Earth Bruling. Running after him. Here comes the Purification of Afterlife. Does have GA still as well. He hasn't used it yet this game, but there's that lift, and Slayer's gonna be run down most likely. There's another rock throw, and down he goes. So yeah, you see Afterlife just lifted in the air forever. And the blink away right after he comes back together. Gostic will survive. Having a hell of a game on the Brewmaster. Played by him to get that kill and create a bit of space as well. But yeah, Omni Knight choosing to go the Radiance build. And because of how this game is looking, the start that the cores of Empire are having, I do think I actually like this build. This idea here of Omni Knight. Wants a bit more of a threat.
No sorceries avail.
Burn won't be too bad this game. They're gonna go on Omni Knight here, but Repelli just kind of walks away. Value out of that ability here. Arrow, not gonna hit. Dagger now in Shadow Fiend. Let's go the Spell Amp.
Illusion!
Where's my pension?
A gift from the Tempest of Battle.
Juggernaut Manta style. He has enough gold for it, just a matter of picking it up here. Gonna keep it to the top lane. A fight is breaking out. Marana, Boulder Smash, helping a little bit. I guess that was more the get out of there. Wards are actually staying down, aren't they, for Vega Squadron? They actually have some very aggressive vision. 3 wards here in the jungle, Radiant side. As far as Radiant vision goes, they have one aggressive one here, and they do have one at the top lane as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Whoop, that was middle lane. Okay, they kill Omni Knight. Now here you go. G is responsible. They take out Shadow Fiend, so 1-for-1 so far. Pull back. Sonic Lock with a glimpse. Eventually going to finish him off as Loa Dance. Rock Barrage in the face. Lifted up, though. Her Spirit in trouble once again. Boulder Smash on through. The rock hits, though. And the Fire Bruling going to run after him, eventually take him out. But now Brewmaster is going to be coming back together shortly. This is going to be a trouble spot. Frank, can he blink in time? Yes, he can. The reactions of Gostic, man, on point. Homing Missile is activated, though, so he still might not be out of the woods just yet. Maybe go for the turn kill on a G. That would have been something, but it's not the case. And he ends up dying in the end, so nice fight to take if you're Vega Squad. Just started off with the Omni Knight Death, which I missed, unfortunately. But overall, Vega killing Shadow Fiend yet again. Man, this Juggernaut, now it's all of a sudden Juggernaut's really starting to take off. The Manta style finished, a Maelstrom skewed up. He's going to be pretty big this game. Gyrocopter S&Y finish, though. Also pretty big. See a hero that's very effective at taking out stacks. Okay, Omni Knight did go back to the Forest Staff, so he realized that he's playing against Clockwork. And it's like, alright, well, Force Staff is too good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But now, still going Radiance. It's even going to be further behind. Is Radiance now still worth it? Because, you know, I was talking about that. He had 2,000 gold saved up at the time. That was before that death he just had. Seemed like that it was going to be a decent pace, but now it's going to be a bit longer. Makes you, yeah, still worth it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
The burn is, the burn is okay this game. The burn's not fantastic this game as far as debuff goes. Go more of a spell build on Shadow Fiend. Juggernaut's not necessarily the most concerned about it, but Clockwork is concerned about dying right here. He'll fall pretty easily. The pullback on FN. Omni-Slash bouncing around her from Silent right there, doing plenty of damage to low. And as Guardian Angel, though, coming out in response from the Omni-Knight. Now the chase is on in favor of Vega Squadron, running after Gostic with a homing missile. The triple leap from Mirana chases down FN. He goes down. And now Gostic is hit by the homing missile. Boulder smash from Vivi Zayak, well placed right there, and the Silence on top of it. Hits the Juggernaut, gets the kill, the pullback with a glimpse on to Gostic. They finish him up. It's a complete cleanup in favor of Vega Squadron. It just continued to happen. One after the other. Disruptor, I gotta say, is arguably the MVP of that fight. The glimpse back initially on a Shadow Fiend kind of started that all off. And then another glimpse onto the Brewmaster to finish the job onto him. But again, the whole Static Storm initiation in the first place got the initial kill on Clockwork and snowballed from there. Man, Vega Squadron wrecking that fight. And this gyrocopter really continuing to show why this hero just all of a sudden has exploded onto the scene as far as a meta position 1 especially. Now a BKB finished, or just about finished, same. Coming out for Vega Squadron. Got a gyrocopter, Omni-Knight committed to the Radiant still, 1,500 gold saved up. Mirana, still kind of really playing the recovery game, I guess. Just a little bit slower than the other cores in this game, but overall, now he's pretty much tied up with FN on the other side. Shadow Fiend trying to go with his own BKB here. Which definitely will be very, very good tool this game. I think BKB is more important on the Radiant side than the Dire side for sure.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
BKB finished on to Gyrocopter. Brewmaster going to be going to Vlad's, so he's going more of this aura heavy build.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Our Spirit's even finished his own Yules. After the bottom lane, Shadow Shaman. Find him. He has an 8th lens in the works, but needs to TP out. They know he's in the area. Kinetic Field just misses the arrow, gets there late.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is
That's still Roshan, Empire.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, Vega Squadron pushing out the bottom lane. If you want to take Roshan, we'll gladly take a tier 3 tower and respond. So it's so tough here for Empire. They're going to try to respond. The Pushka goes in. The Cogs are up, locking down the Ryu. He possibly could be, though, looking to fight this. Throw up in the air on Omni-Knight, coming to FN with the Requiem, but Omni-Knight was still in the air, actually. That was mistimed big time right there. Low on chance running back. Guardian Angel finally comes out, and that'll stall this now. Turn for Vega Squadron. They catch the Juggernaut. He just got the Aegis. He goes into death. They kill the tier 3. If you're Vega, do you really want to continue fighting this? Honestly, you got plenty out of this. They still do. Brewmaster jumps in with a Thunderclap. Van Screaming throwing in a little bit of a jolt, but you can tell Empire is very not sure about going in themselves, actually. Goes back to a Juggernaut. He's going to get bursted down by the Gyrocopter right there. The dunk comes out of the homing missile. FN all he can do is just throw some rays down, maybe kill Slayer, but no, the 4-staff away. So an ugly fight across the board for Empire. Vega Squadron looking good on the other hand, and they're at least going to get the tier, or the more so the racks here at this point. They're going right for the ranged racks first to take it out. They should be able to get melee. I mean, it's 35 seconds. Juggernaut's dead for no buyback. At this point, Boulder Smash on 2 heroes. Down goes Rasta. Down goes the Clockwork. Monster kill streak now for Aloha Dance. Vega Squadron was right all along to stay there. That whole opening in the first place was so awkward, though, from Shadow Fiend. I mean, it's almost like Shadow Fiend thought that was his own Yules. But that wasn't. That was the Spirit Panda from Brewmaster. So the lift of that is much longer than a Yules, of course. And clearly, Shadow Fiend just... Because there's no point to do it. Obviously, he did 0 damage, didn't do anything the Omni Knight. He was right on top of him, but still in the air. So, yeah, I mean, maybe he was expecting the Purge from Brewmaster, so it was just miscommunication there at the same time, but... An ugly opening. The whole decision, too, by Vega Squadron to push Tier 3 as they were doing the Roshan clearly put Empire in a spot of panic. So all the credit to Vega Squadron, no doubt. They're looking really good at forcing what would be a third and final game here in the series now. This gyrocopter, Eagle Song now purchased, on its way to a butterfly. So now if you're Empire, if you're Juggernaut specifically, I mean an MKB has got to be on the list. He's already committing towards a defusal at this point after the Maelstrom. I guess he could go for an MKB, but man, it's going to be a late MKB at this rate.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Allies.
This is a big fight. Empire trying to find. They get caught out in the smoke, but bo3 goes in, jumps on the Ryu. Here comes a Requiem, but it does no damage again. The repel's up. He's going to tank plenty damage. He pops a BKB, and now he's turning him. bo3 goes down in return. The spin up front of the lane 3 of Silent, but he's just using it very defensively. Clicks back on a Shadow Fiend. He can pull back in. Gonna be thrown up by the Yulls. The Boulder Smash hits, and the Magnetizes up. Down goes Shadow Fiend. Omni running away after using his Guardian Angel. Off to the side, though, they finally kill Aloha Dance. That's a huge streak stopper. 10 kill streak stopper, 1220 gold for Caustic as a result of that. So as pretty as that looked for Vega Squadron, that's a huge loss in the end, honestly. That's a big loss. They got a little bit too split up in the fight. A little too distracted, perhaps. They lose the gyrocopter, so, you know, he's up in 50 seconds. Not a big deal for him necessarily, but, man, Brewmaster, that's a hefty bounty that he'll take. Gonna pick up a BKB. But again, these Requiems of Shadow Fiend, gotta say, FN just unfortunately has not had the best lineups here as far as his combos go, and it's pretty underwhelming, frankly. The Shadow Fiend is feeling very underwhelming this game because again, his right click is very, very minimal with the way he's built this game. He kind of went all in with the spell damage, specifically the level 10 talent as well. And you see he even has an Ethereal Blade now queued up. Omni Knight, even with the Solar Crest, he's had that Radiance queued up forever, I feel like. Oh, bo3. Okay, he does get the Cogs angle, but the follow-up from Rasta should be enough damage for the kill. Yes. Scary there for a second. Man, that was a BKB used, Shadow Fiend. Thought a lot more was going to happen in that fight. I mean, it's understandable. Maybe expected much more of a response, but saw not the case. Any buybacks used there, by the way? No, there's buybacks in that fight.
Dire's structures are fortified.
bo3, they're gonna find them. Brewmaster cannot promise spending time against Common Static Storm. Locking him down the whole time. They kill Brewmaster, they kill Clockwork. And a start that's prime for Vega Squadron. The Yule's up in the underside, and he gets up the Omni Slash for this. Doing a lot of damage, not gonna be a kill onto the Ryu, but the Purge slows him down long enough, and the Blade Fury spin on top gets the kill. Silent manning up. FN comes back in the Requiem. This time the Requiem gonna do some good damage. Gets a double kill for Sunny, stays alive through the whole fight. What a turn for Empire. Oh, that Omni Slash just doing enough right there. The biggest thing was the fact that it bounced back to Gyro and then it kept going his direction as they spread out. Earth Spirit there, in hindsight, probably wanted to go back in and take more bounces, but the mana of Silent works out. They have to buy back on Mirana. Gyrocopter does not have a buyback for 45 more seconds. And Empire will just fully retreat, but you see right there. Also, Shadow Fiend gets a decent Requiem off. How much different that can make fights. And I know that wasn't right on top of somebody, but frankly, you don't need to be right on top of somebody with your Requiem. I think a lot of people maybe not necessarily forget, but I feel like it's always worth reminding. Requiem of Souls does a lot more than just damage. Damage is a big part of it, but the damage reduction it applies, as well as the movement slow on top of that it applies, is still overall a good tool of it. So I thought, I mean, the positioning of that Requiem was just fine, and frankly, it's a lot better than the previous one. So, okay, goes back to the point, though. They can get off Requiems like that and also just, you know, solid Omni Slashes like that, then Empire can definitely win these fights. So, CIS Dota, man. Fun to watch, always. May not be the cleanest at times, but boy, is it entertaining. Juggernaut. Also, that Diffusal proving to do some work there. The slow onto Gyrocopter was to secure that kill in the end for Juggernaut, so proving to be a good pickup. And now he does have that NKP, and with how the last fight went especially, I mean, he's actually going to have it now, perhaps before another fight breaks out. It still needs a little bit more, but he's ideally going to be able to pick it up. Rasta does have the influence finished. Oh, he just dropped the ward. Wants to kill the shrine here. And do some damage at least. Dire side, I mean, they know this is happening. But overcommit to it.
Dire's top shrine.
Alright, well, the shrine goes down. Can't defend it quick enough. Try and kill. What is that here? Requiem going off up here. What? What the hell just happened? I mean, Earth Spirit, I guess it was maybe onto him. He gets away initially. Kaposhka, he's got the play mill up. He's being run down by Gyrocopter, but he's going to be fine. And now Gyrocopter, he's forced to pop his BKB. You see Brewmaster split up. Locking up Omni Knight somewhat. Guardian Angel is still ready if need be. So far, it's just a Disruptor for the Clocker. Fight continues. Lift up into the Afterside on Earth Spirit. Afterlife, he gets the Guardian Angel off. As well as the Repel, he'll be good. Rasta picked up in the back line. Slayer sitting on top of the Earth Spirit, though. So far, it's just the supports really on either side that have been picked off. Gostic comes back together. G, he's at an angle. Trying to find it right here. Looks to do some damage too. Gostic pops that BKB, though. That's not going to work. Brewmaster, too much physical damage. He'll be run down. Very desperate BKB, and the rest will just TP out. So, very awkward fight right there. It's, I mean, I guess they went for that Requiem was on top of Earth Spirit, I was guessing, and then he kind of rolled away, and it felt very scattered in that fight. Brewmaster, I will say also, he put the lockdown onto Earth Spirit over the Omni Knight in the middle of the fight there. If he uses the lift on Omni Knight, I wonder how different that could have gone actually. Omni Knight was able to get off the GA and the Repel. So, back and forth right there. Well, you look at Vega, they're going for Roshan. That Solar Crest, they do not have Guardian Angel. It's a big deal. Silent, sending some illusions. No, he's just gonna go with the Omni! Stays on top of G, gets the kill! They kill Roshan and snatched actually by Aloha. Jetsoul is killed by the Radiant side. Aloha is gonna stand his ground, has to. Silent, it is gonna end up falling in the midst of the fight. They do take a drive. No, Giles stays alive, but the Requiem with the Repel up, it's not gonna connect. It does slow down a couple more. Going for the kill on a Slayer at least. He will take him out with a couple of raises landed. The Rocket almost taking out Aloha. Dance to pop the Aegis, but not enough. So Silent on Juggernaut, still dead from before, 70 more seconds. And they are going to find Rasta on top of that. So that Omni Slash killing off Mirana, going with the leap right there. But Gyrocopter manages to pick up the Aegis, man. That was so close to a snatch. Again, it was technically killed by Empire. Radiant got credit for the kill.
Radiant's top shrine has
Top
fallen.
shrine going down, so Satanic is actually almost finished for Gyrocopter. There you go. Finish now for the Gyrocopter. So 5-second BKB. Omni Knight has a Lotus Orb.
Radiant's top tower
Or in his inventory, I should say. So the Radiance idea went completely out of kaput. I mean, he had the Radiance queued up ever since before the Forest Staff, and went Forest Staff into Solar Crest into Lotus. And I do, in the long run, I feel like this is actually the better option. It's having much more of these utility items. I feel is going to be better off for you.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Watch, I guess. Bottom lane G really hasn't been able to get any kind of consistent solid farm going. finish with their own BKB middle lane. FN lifts up, going for the Requiem. This time it connects, and you see the damage. Afterlife goes down. That was the Ethereal Blade as well. Takes out the Omni. He's dead for 80 seconds. Aloha dance fighting this. The Static Storm not hitting anybody. Brewmaster is kind of split up right in the backlines right here. Rasta will get picked off, and they lose Disruptor though. The lift up onto Gyrocopter from the Spirit Brewling. Now you see Vivi Zayak taking some good damage from Zion. Onslash is ready to go. The hook shot will miss. The lead from G coming out. But now they're going to turn on a Gyrocopter. Looks like another lift. Oh, the stun though, and a silent number on Arrowhead. Can they save him? Silent split up with the Man's Tongues. Go for the spin away. The physical damage is too much though. Silent will fall. They take out Gyrocopter, but it comes at a cost. Off to the side, G doing work, but can Gyrocopter survive through this now? He does not have Satanic. 1 more second. It's going to be coming back up, but it's not enough. And finishes them off with the raised damage. Now it's Murata versus the 2. G leaps in with the Starstorm. I don't think this is going to work, though. He realized that. Goes back in for the kill, and Brewmaster says, screw it, I'm taking you with me. He gets the kill, but the finish from FN. A double kill coming out. What an exchange right there. A 4 for 5 fight. Ends up with Shadow Fiend being the sole survivor when it's all said and done. Wow. Look at that fight recap. Look at that damage, man. Shadow Fiend, 9,000 damage done. Ethereal Blade, now that was a good reckon. That's the idea right there, especially with the Ethereal Blade new. The fact that he could drop the Omni Knight, who, by the way, also used Guardian Angel even. Right? He did. Was that from before? No, he used it there, right? Already been 100 seconds. Fight began. This is anyone's game, man. Oh, that's a BKB use. FN's not afraid to use that BKB, man. Only at 5 seconds at this. I'm gonna say though, I mean, I guess the net worth was pretty good for Vega, around 8,000 or so at its peak, but now even dipped in favor of Empire a little bit, and we're back to being somewhat even. So a game that most certainly can be won by either side. And look at Shadow Fiend going to Scythe, actually. Scythe follow-up. Again, that cannot be purged anymore. And I think that's been overlooked a little bit, especially against a hero like Omni Knight, with both the Lotus Orb and the Repel. Not purge off the Hex anymore. So if you're... I assume he's getting it for the purpose of using it on the Gyrocopter specifically, or the Murata, one of the 2 core, knowing that it cannot be purged off. Yeah, that arrow from Murata, Silent went completely panic mode there. Tried to spin away, but again, physical damage, doesn't care about that. Sorry guys, I made the mistake. I didn't refill my water bottle in between the game. So, apologize for the occasional cough. Oh, Juggernaut went the Eye of Scotty over the MKB commitment. Back at base though, there's the Hex up on a Gyrocopter. Again, not purged out with the Repel. Help run away at least. Trying to chase. See, the Rasta got its wards down. They killed the tier 3, doing a little bit of damage to the range racks, but it's actually going to kill it in the end. Fire in pursuit. They able to fully catch up to anyone. Gyrocopter sticking around nearby. Level 25s are up, so let's start taking a look at that, by the way. Haven't done that too much yet. 40% cooldown reduction on Shadow Fiend, of course. So yeah, the race is now 6-second cooldown, 60-second cooldown on Requiem. On top of the item cooldown. That's another reason why Scythe is actually really good here, right? It's a 13-second cooldown for Scythe. It lasts 3.5 seconds. Pretty damn good. Two very, very good. Hero Juggernaut. 5+ Omni / strikes. More to work with there. On the other side, you got Murata. I'm guessing the Sacred Arrows. Yep, +2 multi-shot Sacred Arrows. They kill Slayer, by the way, as he's going over that. And Gyrocopter went to 3 homing missiles. G, it's gonna run. Man gets the Hex out, though. The second raise misses. Oh boy. That's Lotus Orb. Almost worked. He's gonna need to run though. Dodge! Dodge the projectiles! He's still going! Run! He's gonna yield in 2 seconds. Dunk. Oh, Oh, they're going in. Earth Spirit, cop of the hook shot. He's going to die right here. Ethereal Blade, he is 70 seconds. He is not buying back for. He cannot. Rasta, meanwhile, finds Gyrocopter. Shackles, yeah, this is a big call. The Ruckman got up. He got the beat. No, he did not get the BKB. I thought he did for a second, but of course he did not. He goes down. Ethereal Blade sniped to finish the job. And Gyrocopter's dead for 100 seconds. Actually, the lift on net as well. Perhaps also making sure to guarantee that kill. Wasn't 100% sure, but now they're gonna kill Omni-Knight. It's just panic mode for Vega Squadron, throwing themselves at them. Just like that, it could be the game. The lift on Disruptor gets him taken out. It's only Murata versus the world, and it's gonna be GG. Well played. Empire will take game number 2 out of the hands of Vega Squadron and secure the series. They're going to the finals, where they'll play Spirit later on today, with a chance to qualify for the Galaxy Battles major event. Wow. I mean, what a game number 2, man. Crazy that was only 40 minutes long, but that could have easily been a victory for Vega Squadron at the same point.